Hey everybody, welcome to Forest County, Pennsylvania and the Forest County Outback Channel, where we combine history with the outdoors. Today, we're headed up Tionesta Creek. One of our earlier videos was called the Creek Road Crawl, and we explored Tionesta Creek from Jug Handle up to Kelletville, and we missed a few things, so I'm back today to fill in some gaps. This is Forest County Outback number 39. The Creek Road Crawl continues. So we're going to start with the Creek Road itself. Now, this is the Tionesta Creek Road we are all familiar with today. It is, however, not the original version of the road. This was probably constructed, I would say, in the 1920s when automobiles became the main mode of transportation. The original road is up on that hill there. And we're going to go check it out. Now, this is the previous version of the Creek Road. Now, obviously adequate for horses and wagons, but not automobiles. Although I got to say that the views from this road were much better. Now, as you can guess, there was a lot of time and effort and money spent in constructing this road. Now, when it was first constructed, we're not entirely certain. In 1840s, this area was a wilderness. Now, there were a few mills along Tionesta Creek, but there was no roads here. There was a mill at Newtown that had been running for about 20 years at that point. A guy named Hamilton Stowe took over management, and at that point supplies were brought up the creek by canoe. One of the first things Stowe did was have a road constructed from Tionesta to Newtown. Now, whether this was it, whether it followed this route or, you know, maybe came up over German Hill and that way, I have not been able to establish. But at any rate, this road surely was constructed sometime in, I would say, possibly 1844, at the latest probably the mid 1860s. So it looks like there was some effort here doing this cut. Now, if you're driving along the Creek Road, you can follow this road if you look up on the hill. Now, another feature of this is periodically there are these little side trails that go down to the creek, down into the bottoms. That's because there were farms down in there, and so they had these little side trails. This one's pretty well eroded here, but that gave the farmers access to the road up here. So this is the bottom section of that little trail that came off the old road down into the bottom here, because there was a farmstead right over in this area here. So as you're driving along this road sometime and you see this, you know, stop and think for a few minutes about what life was like for these people back then. All right, we're back on the Creek Road again. Now, when we did this, the original crawl, we were trying to hit all the places where had been buildings and that, and we missed one. which we shouldn't have because it showed up in the aerial photographs. But it is right over here. I cannot tell you anything about the history of it other than there was a small building here at one time. Now this did show up on the 1940 aerial photograph. So it was something was torn down for the dam. And like I said, I cannot tell you anything about it. Right, this is Ross Run, and we're a few hundred yards up from the junction with Tionesta Creek, and that's the road over there. Now somewhere along in here, not sure where, sat the Ross Run schoolhouse, one-room schoolhouse. It's hard to look at that today and think that there were enough kids around here to support even a one-room school, but there it was. We're in a section here where the new Creek Road followed the old Creek Road for a little while, and you can see the old road bed comes up here and on up. Like I said, as you're driving along and you're paying attention, you can see the old road in a lot of places. I don't know how well they show up, but there is a flock of turkey over there, probably about 40 birds. They were in this pull-off when I came in, and I chased them out. Anyhow, we are further up the Creek Road, and there was another farm here, and I don't know how we missed it on the first trip, because it shows up very clearly in the aerial photographs. But yeah, we missed it, so I'm back here to correct that. Now, one of the things I noticed over here is there's a pile of cut stone. So of course, it's been, you know, not in situ, but there was some kind of building in the area here somewhere close by. The farmstead's up on that hill, and there is a trail that comes down here. It kind of makes me suspect at one time there was a ford in the creek here. It's a pretty substantial trail, and looking on the map, it goes way up to the top of the mountain. We're not going there, we're just going right up over here. Now, if you look on the photographs of this area that were taken in 1939 and 40, this was all an open field up here, and extended quite a ways up the mountain, and the house is over this way. So we've got some stone here, and then the cellar hole over there, and then this area dug out back here. Now, in the 1939 photograph, the house is here. The resolution's not good, but you can see the house is here. And across the road, there were some fields over there. It looked like they were pasture. And there's a barn foundation over there. The barn's gone, although you can see the outline of it. In the 1940 photograph, the house is gone also. So they probably, I don't think the Corps would have bought property up here, would have been out of the floodplain, but that the dam backing up would have cut the road off, so this farm would have been isolated and probably not habitable. Would have been cut off by high water at times. Pretty good sized stone in here. And I cannot put a name on this farm. If I did some more digging, some more research, I'm sure I could. Now, right over here, which passed very close to the front of this house, was the old Creek Road. And the new Creek Road is right over this bank, and the barn is out that way. We're going to go take a look at that in a bit. You can see that old woods road coming up here, and it continues, like I said, up to the top of the mountain. And I would suspect that up there was another farm, or at least some farm fields up there. Check that out at a future date when I'm feeling ambitious. So, interesting little thing in this stream, be easily overlooked. But it appears like they had set up some kind of a catch basin here for water. Another little bit of a clue that that's what this was is there's very faint traces of a path coming down the bank here. There's a little footpath. You can barely see it, but it's there. All right, let's go look at the barn foundation. Now, the cellar hole that goes with this farm is up on the bank over there. And the foundation for the barn is over here. Now, I know at times I make a big thing about not giving out locations, but this is a case where it's right along the road. A lot of people know about it. You know, it's not a secret. And so Yeah, so the barn foundation is over there. So let's go take a look. Now the foundation, such as it is really just a series of piers. Stone piers. As I said, if you look on the 1839 photograph, you can see the outline of the barn. And we have to assume this was a barn. This would have been pretty big for a house. It's almost 50 feet on one side. And I don't know, maybe half of that across. But all that's here are these stone piers. And again, if you look on the photograph, you can see there were open fields over here. They had some trees and that in them. So we're assuming that this was pasture over here, and then crop fields up on the other side. So this was not a bank barn, it was just posts on these stone piers. And it was up on a rise here, which would have kept it out of most of the high water from Tionesta Creek, of course, until the dam was built. And so here's another section of the original Creek Road. You see it goes down, and the present Creek Road runs on top of it for a while. So what trip up Tionesta Creek would be complete without a stop at Newtown? Now I know I've been promising a video over here for quite some time. I've got the research done, I have photographs. The problem is the water level in the creek, it's been too deep to get over there until recently. Now it's low enough to wade, except my boots weren't tall enough. I was getting wet feet on that. And I've been wanting a pair of hip waders, but I didn't want to pay full price. I'm cheap that way. So yesterday morning I was shopping in Walmart. Yes, I was shopping in Walmart. Don't judge me. But I managed to score a pair of waders on clearance, $17. So I tried them out yesterday. I was over there. I was doing a little bit of scouting and that. And I had a cameraman lined up for today. We were going to go over and film, and then the forecast changed to this. And you may notice that weather conditions are not what they were when I did the first video clips this morning. Yeah. So hopefully next couple of days the weather's going to improve, and we'll be able to get over there and get the Newtown video in the can. Okay. Okay, one last stop on our trip today. I'm on a branch road in Kelletville, and this was an area that was called Circle City. The mill and everything was over that way, and on this side of the road over here there were a row of company houses. Now I talked to a fella who had a great aunt and uncle or something like that who lived right up here, and these people had some they had a rough time with children. They had 4 babies who died in infancy, and they were buried back here behind the house. And he told me that they just put simple field stone for markers, and he asked me if I would go up here sometime and see if I could locate them. So that's what we're going to do here, and then we're going to get out of the rain. I got a deer fence. It's conveniently knocked down right here. That's good. This looks like this would have been possibly the back edge. The property. Huh. Okay. There's no other stones around here, nothing else sitting on the surface. So maybe this is it. Could be. This could be it. So yeah, I don't know. Take some photos and show them, and you know, maybe this is the spot he remembers. Sad. Really sad. Okay. It's pretty miserable out here. Okay, that's it for number 39, Creek Road Crawl continuation. Sorry to end it on a down note. That was it's kind of a bummer. And the weather doesn't help. I would really prefer this with snow. Thank you very much. So, like, subscribe, share, comment, and don't forget you can follow us on Facebook at the Forest County Outback Facebook group. You can also email me now at terry@forestcountyoutback.com. And yeah, catch you on the next one.